Actions have consequences, and fortunately for us, it's not all down to Batman to deliver justice to everyone. The world has its own ways of always balancing the scales. This was a pretty good attempt at the mannequin challenge, but not good enough to fool her.
Oh, shit. Yo, he's just a mannequin. He's just a mannequin. Oh my God.
When you're driving something that big, you often get away with being a bully on the road, except when you pick on a cop car.
Bye, have a great time.
When your need for speed just leads you to needing to buy some new beach gear. You don't go into a gunfight with a knife, just like how you don't go into a puddle fight against a car. Pirates make people walk the plank off the boat. Not onto it, but each has the same outcome. Be thankful to have a roof over your head, because it's better than it falling on your head. I wouldn't trust this guy to help a cat in a tree. Never mind deal with forest fires. If you're gonna be a street racer, you should be capable of looking through your rear view mirror. Bad choices are all part of learning the ropes, but having the window open when you're driving into a swamp, there's no coming back from that. This prank really popped her dreams when her trick had an unexpected twist. No wonder he's robbing shops. He can't even afford to buy a ski mask. If you try to kick up dirt at others, karma will make sure to keep you grounded.
What a loser!
The mascot turned this birthday surprise into a sweet yet messy lesson. And hey, he did warn her 3 times. Look at this real-life Robin Hood handing back the stolen items to the police. Yeah, I don't think they'll buy that excuse. They say revenge is a dish best served cold, but in this case, it was a bowl of water over the head.
And now you stay there until it drops and gets water on you.
No, no way.
You've been struck by the most unsmooth criminal on the planet. Two things went wrong for our criminal here. He was dealing with the new guy on the cash register, and 2 undercover cops just happened to be eating dinner. Talk about perfect timing. Lions are powerful enough as it is. We don't need them to help more by serving up their breakfast this easily. Unsurprisingly, alcohol and theft don't combine well. If showing that beer belly wasn't embarrassing enough, this fall certainly was. 5 minutes to kids seems like forever. Then there's adults who can't wait 5 seconds. I've heard of getting your lights punched in, but this isn't what I had in mind. Definitely a creative entry to this rap sheet. Here's an example of a man who thinks a plan through. Don't cry over spilt milk, just plot your revenge. Never ignore the wisdom of your elders. Some simple baking could result in a recipe for disaster. Don't kick your grandchildren. I bet they didn't expect to be having ground beef for dinner. He really thought he was doing something by hitting the bike's kill switch. But there's a price for being a jerk on the road. No gas cap for him. What started as trying to impress friends turned into driving into multiple fines and the need for an oil change. Not so cool anymore. He certainly isn't the biggest fan of the cooling system after this sabotage. When he tried to get that car insurance payout, but unfortunately, CCTV exists. When you can't even be mad without the law of physics throwing you a curveball. It was at this moment he knew he messed up. Damn. Damn, Daniel. This quickly went from designer clothing to police van in seconds. Even though the car claimed it was waterproof, it never said it was waterfall-proof. I'm not saying that this is the worst thief in the world, but in the space of 15 seconds, this guy loses his weapon, struggles to jump a high-waisted counter, and leaves a perfect handprint on the glass. Sometimes you're just better off paying for that parking ticket. The fine he'll pay now is gonna be a lot more costly. When you're your own worst enemy, the ball really did him dirty there. This is what happens when the boss is late with the employee paychecks. Talk about vehicle overkill. As the beer bottles shattered one by one, the universe whispered, maybe it's time to switch to water, guys. He didn't expect this to unroll. I hope the cabin crew took their time letting him out. Some people just need a little extra help parking. Better driving lessons might be more effective, however. I mean, there's see-through glass there for a reason. You can see through it. Some people take a few times to learn a lesson, but if it's on the road, then maybe you shouldn't be driving. When this careless delivery driver began tossing packages, the universe decided to treat him with some cosmic justice. This prank was even funnier when he got some instant accidental revenge delivered straight to his head. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Always look both ways when crossing an intersection. This guy's trying to destroy his neighbor's security camera. Luckily, these doors have each other's backs. If you want to be a successful gift-stealing Grinch, maybe check Dad's Not Home first.
Oh! Scared the shit out of me.
Pick up off my bed.
I
Watch
thought
on my
it- I
camera.
thought it was mine.
When you do everything right except getting a good getaway driver, someone needs to explain to them that you're supposed to get away with the stolen goods. Winning in style is definitely lost on him, but I suppose it doesn't matter how you get across the line in the end. The way that cop car showed up out of nowhere, I'd say this was spawn trapping at its finest. This motorcyclist firmly cemented himself in history as one of the dumbest bikers around. After shaking a traffic light trying to figure out what it was, it suddenly struck him. That moment of pure horror when you realize assaulting a police officer is illegal. Why did nobody tell her? Opening and shutting doors is a pretty fundamental skill, yet these robbers seem to be struggling today. If you can't take it, you shouldn't be handing it out. At least she knew she deserved it. Little did he know, the truck belonged to Heisenberg from Breaking Bad. He's always one step ahead. It was at this moment the biggest winter warfare broke out between neighbors. Here's how to tell everyone you're a trashy person, but there's no better warning against littering than a big angry guy approaching your car. When even your car tries to escape the embarrassment of your road rage. The damages they'll have to pay for the getaway car alone probably outweigh the amount this robbery was gonna haul in. Now that's supreme justice. Here's a lesson on why to never start a fight with a parking barrier. If it can keep cars out, it can defend against you too. Never back a man like this into a corner. Just when you think you've got him closed in, he'll do something like this. I don't care how urgently they need that PB&J sandwich. Just hand it to them. When one failed attempt at damage just leads to another, much worse one. Don't forget to pay the repairs for your taxi home. This kid went from LeBron James's confidence to just Cooper in 30 seconds.
He's born ready. On your mark. He's got 8 seconds to make those 10 points. Cooper, you've got 5 seconds, 4 seconds.
There's fumbling the bag, Then there's this.
Oh, close! Hooper!
That victory celebration quickly turned to shaking hands in defeat when the white ball decided to change the plot. If there was ever a wrong time to mess with a supercar, it's when they're traveling in Hertz. It's always fascinating when a thief forgets the existence of security cameras or door-locking tech. Good luck getting your prime behind bars. Some people clearly take social media a bit too seriously. When you start destroying property because you don't like your picture, you're already on thin ice. Crime doesn't pay if you're using a gun that won't bang. Not all heroes wear capes. How was she to know that the victim of her water balloon ambush had complete control of the elements? And here's another example of how taking the quicker way just isn't worth it sometimes. Back to the mechanic you go. Just shows you, it's never as easy as it looks on GTA 5. The universe had other plans for this litter bug. There can only be one top dog in this neighborhood, and he just marked his territory in your garden. Legend says that when Noah left on his ark, he spotted some idiot trying to drive through the flood. There's always someone. This cat got a wet warning when trying to raid the bird feeder. Nobody messes with Squidward and gets away dry. Life has its way of telling you when it's time to take off the shades and grow up. This is one of those times. When you ignore all the best advice and things turn out exactly how everyone predicted. It's great when a moment of instant justice gets caught on camera. Literally.
John's brother. Oh, man.
Now, just imagine how good this worker is at delaying her chores. If she's able to stall an armed robber this well till the cops arrive. This is a good way of driving anyone bananas. But if you fight by the fruit, you die by the fruit.